A busload of enthusiastic seniors arrives from Boston at the Museum of World War II in Natick. They're members of Beacon Hill Village, a nonprofit membership organization launched in 1999. It's a virtual village that caters to people from their 50s through their 90s, offering, among many other things, a chance to meet new people and learn new things.
60% of our members join because they're looking for that social interaction, the opportunity to do things that they might not normally do otherwise, or think to do on their own, or even know about.
As long as we let the board know.
Yeah.
Laura Connors recently moved to Boston and is now the group's executive director. Connors and other board members schedule dozens of activities every month, from breakfast clubs to bridge games to lectures from well-known authors.
The thing that really impressed me so much about the model, it was created by older adults for themselves and their neighbors, and they were taking into their own hands their future. They decided they were going to be the architects of their own aging process. And the fact that just in doing that, they were being empowered, they were activating their own resources, and really creating a sense of purpose in their sort of second half retired years.
Beacon Hill Village isn't just about activities, it's also about support. Many members are also volunteers, offering fellow members transportation, for instance, to the grocery store or the hospital if need be.
20% of our members join because they need the support and the services that we offer. Another 20% of our members are just members because they know it's a good thing for the community. We're keeping older adults in our neighborhoods, which is good for everyone, and they want it to be here someday either for themselves or for their neighbors.
Beacon Hill Village has been so successful, it's become a model for over 300 similar organizations all over the country. One of them just west of the original, these are members of Wellesley Neighbors, who hail from a group of towns west of Boston. They've come to the popular Glass Bar in Needham to learn a new craft. For village members everywhere, learning something new has replaced living someplace new.
The village is a conceptual response to the change in demographic behavior where older adults, 60 and up, about 10 to 15 years ago, started to be less likely to sell their homes and move to, be it Florida, Arizona, wherever. And we're electing to stay in place and travel and perhaps visit those places, but to remain in place.
Joyce Wadlington is executive director of Wellesley Neighbors. Nancy Gans is the group's president and one of its founders. Last year, Gans and her husband Jerry found themselves in need of a helping hand, so they turned to Wellesley Neighbors.
I had a frozen shoulder and Jerry had a bad back, and in Wellesley you have to go to the dump because there's no trash pickup. And neighbor Richard Lansing came over and went to the dump for us.
They thought Lansing was merely a virtual neighbor, but turns out he and his wife live just up the street. On any given day, you can see these new friends walking around their Wellesley neighborhood together. They're friends who help each other out in many small ways, doing the kinds of duties that used to fall to adult children of older people.
We are people who like to be independent. We do not like it if we need help. And we're trying to form this kind of a community, so we will help each other.
Another Wellesley neighbor, Nancy M. Stutz, has turned to member Peter Offenhartz for help with her computer. While she's quite proficient technically at the age of 81, he's a relative master at the age of 78, having spent his career in the sciences.
The most important thing, I think, physicians have found is to be in contact with other people, to have a social life. And the computer is a way of finding out what's going on in the world and getting out.
There's so much free music in my neighborhood alone, the museums. There's no reason not to be here.
Getting out is something that's always been important to Janie Wallace, who recently moved to Boston's South End from Manhattan. She'd fallen in love with Boston's relatively small-town feel. Once she was introduced to Beacon Hill Village, she knew she'd made the right decision.
And I thought, this is exactly what I'm looking for. A lovely group of people that do all kinds of things that I can sort of start to build my community. And the village has just provided everything I was looking for.
Murray Frank is among the oldest members of Beacon Hill Village, an organization he says may well have saved his life after his wife passed away 5 years ago.
When she left me, there was a huge hole I'm still trying to deal with.
But a friend had convinced him to go to a series of village events, and he became hooked on the friendships and activities. And beyond that, he sees the village concept as playing an even wider role in the lives of seniors like himself.
Our society has to take note of the fact that we're not going to go to nursing homes. We can't afford it, even if you wanted to. Continuing care, retirement homes are very expensive. So for the rest of us, there has to be an alternative. And this is it. And it works. It works.
And the annual membership dues for Beacon Hill Village is actually $675.
Right, in Wellesley it's $540, but in both places they provide discounts for seniors that are on fixed incomes, which is great.
Which is great. All right, still more to come when we return.
I have very mixed emotions about leaving the house.
Luckily, she's found someone to make it easier.